Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Ex-Steelers Antonio Brown loses $1 million lawsuit. Former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown now owes over $1 million to a celebrity jeweler after failing to fight a lawsuit against him. According to TMZ, Brown has been ordered to pay the money to Chauncey International after failing to return or pay for borrowed jewelry. Chauncey claims Brown was loaned two diamond fingers that cost $500,000 apiece. Brown has been seen wearing the diamond fingers in multiple appearances, showcasing his jewelry on stage and during events for over a year. Brown was also given a rose gold diamond version of the finger, a white gold chain and a ring, all with the expectation that Brown would return the items or pay for them in the future. After over a year of trying to get the jewelry back, Chauncey filed a lawsuit for the price of $1,095,000. After failing to fight the case, the judge ordered a default judgment for Chauncey, forcing Brown to pay the money. Brown has made plenty of headlines as of late, mostly for calling our famed sports figures. This includes accusations against J.J. Watt, and making cruel jokes about Caitlin Clark on social media. The former Steelers wideout hasn't played in the NFL since leaving mid-game in 2021 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Since then, he's pursued a rap career, but has found himself in the news for numerous legal situations. Antonio Tavares Brown Sr., born July 10, 1988, nicknamed AB, is a former American football wide receiver. A draft steal in the sixth round of the 2010 NFL Draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers, Brown is regarded as one of the best receivers of the 2010s, accumulating the most first-team All-Pro selections at his position throughout the decade with 4 consecutive selections, 2014 to 2017, all as a member of the Steelers. He amassed more receptions than any other player in the league from his rookie season in 2010 through 2018. He played college football at Central Michigan University, where he earned All-American honors in 2008 and 2009 as a punt returner. Raised in Liberty City, Miami, Brown attended Miami Norland High School. During Brown's first season with the Steelers, the team advanced to Super Bowl 45 but lost to the Green Bay Packers. He finished his rookie season with 16 receptions for 167 yards in 9 games. During his second NFL season, he became the first player in NFL history to have more than 1,000 yards receiving and returning in the same year. For his efforts, Brown was selected as a punt returner for the 2012 Pro Bowl. In 2013, his breakout year, he became the only receiver in NFL history to record 5 receptions and at least 50 yards in every single game of an NFL season. Although his on-the-field productivity continued over the next several seasons, including leading the league in receptions and receiving yards in 2014, receptions in 2015, receiving yards in 2017, and receiving touchdowns in 2018, Brown's relationship with the Steelers soured, especially with quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, and he eventually requested a trade. Pittsburgh Steelers, Terry Bradshaw sends one strong message to franchise amid Kenny Pickett speculations: you don't need Justin Fields. When it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation, franchise icon Terry Bradshaw strongly believes that Kenny Pickett is still the answer for the team. The 4-time Super Bowl champion, during a recent appearance on the Rich Eisen Show, did not hold back in voicing out his opinion on what should the Steelers do with Pickett, and that's to stick with the 2022 first-round pick. Bradshaw also made it clear that if it was up to him, the Steelers wouldn't entertain the thought of trading for Chicago Bears quarterback Justin Fields, hat tip Brian DeArdo of CBS Sports. You don't need Fields, Bradshaw said. Stay with what you got. Just build Pickett up. Get him another receiver. Give him an explosive tight end. Give him another tackle, give him a guard. Have the ability to protect him. And give him guys on the outside. This is a passing league, now. Get him people out there that can run and catch the football that are smart. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been among the many teams rumored as a potential trade landing spot for Fields, who has job security issues in Windy City to worry about on his own. The Steelers have said they're committed to Pickett, but it's also fair for them to look for upgrades under center when there's an opportunity for them to do so ahead of the 2024 NFL season. Apart from making a trade for a quarterback, they can also get a new signal caller via the 2024 NFL Draft, where they have the 20th pick overall. Pickett has played for just 2 seasons so far in the pros, and he's likely not hit his ceiling yet. If the Steelers end up going with him as their Week 1 starter in 2024, it's also probably his prove-it year for Pittsburgh, which has not progressed past the wildcard round in any of the last 6 seasons. When the Steelers signed Mitch Trubisky in 2022 to a barren quarterback room, then featuring Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins, they appeared to be offering him a second chance to revive his career with a team to lead. That changed quickly. About 6 weeks later, in an even more barren quarterback draft class, the Steelers took the first one off the board with Pitt's Kenny Pickett. Then, Trubisky realized he would be legitimately competing for his starting spot. In the shadow of a rookie who provided hope to bridge the gap of success between Ben Roethlisberger and success. It doesn't appear Trubisky was looped into that plan, as a recent report takes us back to that very night. Trubisky never stood a chance with the Steelers, Jerry Dulac wrote for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. 6 weeks after he was signed to a 2-year, $14.3 million contract in free agency in March 2022, the Steelers took Pickett with their number 1 pick in the draft. That night, Trubisky was a little surprised by a text message that, among other things, asked him to text and congratulate the newest Steelers quarterback. No wonder he played as though he was always looking over his shoulder after that. Oof. That's quite a demeaning text. It gives the energy of a parent telling their kid to say, please, and thank you. But that song shouldn't sound too unfamiliar to Trubisky. The Bears signed Buccaneers quarterback Mike Glennon to a deal just before they traded up to select Trubisky in the 2017 NFL Draft. Now, that's a little different. Glennon wasn't a solidified quarterback at that point. But the Bears did sign him to a lucrative deal, 3 years, $45 million, and by that point, he was only 3 years into his career. Still, that's never a tough pill to swallow for a quarterback trying to find his footing in a starting role again. And for Trubisky, that attempt with Pittsburgh recently ended, as the team cut ties with him. Steelers named landing spot for Lions star DB. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to look at multiple positions this offseason, aiming to fill their remaining holes on both sides of the football. On that list will likely be the safety position, which they may have an NFC star to fill it with. Pro Football Network recently named the Steelers as a landing spot for Detroit Lions safety Chauncey Gardner Johnson. The 26-year-old is entering his 6th NFL season and has already recorded 12 interceptions throughout his career. Only 1 year removed from leading the league with 6 picks and a career-high 67 tackles, Gardner Johnson could be a missing piece to Pittsburgh's defense. Steelers slot corner Shandon Sullivan is on track for free agency, while Pittsburgh might try to find a better second safety to play opposite Minkah Fitzpatrick this offseason. Chauncey Gardner Johnson could compete for both roles and shouldn't cost much after missing most of the 2023 campaign with a pectoral injury. Another 1-year contract in the $6 to $8 million range could make sense, PFN writes. Gardner Johnson played just 3 games in 2023 after suffering a pectoral injury. He returned for the playoffs, where he helped contribute on the Lions' way to the NFC Championship game. Set to hit free agency, the $6 to $8 million mark could be the perfect number for the Steelers. If they're looking for a young splash next to Minkah Fitzpatrick, Gardner Johnson may be the star-studded defensive back they're looking for. And you fan, what do you think of the Chauncey Gardner Johnson situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.